welcome you all for the third lecture video session on joint probability distribution. So here in this session we shall be working out more problems on joint probability distribution. In the earlier two sessions also we have seen the same. So here we continue to do different types of problems on joint probability distribution. Yeah, so let us see the fifth problem. Joint probability distribution of two discrete random variables x and y is given by f of xy is equal to k into 2x plus y, where x and y are integers such that x varies between 0 to 2 and y varies between 0 to 3. If this is the case, find the value of constant k, find the marginal probability distribution of x and y, show that the random variables x and y are dependent, and x is equal to xi, where xi takes the value 0, 1 and 2, y takes the values yj, which has the value 0, 1, 2, 3, and f of x comma y is equal to k into 2x plus y, and the joint probability distribution table is formed as follows. So here the problem that it is given as f of x comma y is, this is a function, and x varies between 0 to 2 and y varies between 0 to 3, and we have to find the constant value k, we have to find the marginal probability distribution, and we should also show that the random variables x and y are dependent. Okay, so here let us first construct the joint distribution table, which will have the values of x and y. So take the values of x in column and the values of y in the rows. So we have the values of y as 0, 1, 2, 3, and the values of x are 0, 1, 2 and 1 and 2. So here this is our x1, this is our x2, and this is our x3, y1, y2, y3 and y4. So when I add the row elements, we get f of x1, this and so on, f of x2, f of x3 and so on. Similarly, when I add the columns, we get g of y1, g of y2 and so on. So the given function is f of x comma y, which is equal to 2 into 2k into x plus y. So with that, substituting the suitable values for x and y, we get when x is 0, y is 0, we get f of x comma y. That is a joint distribution as a 0. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, we get this. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2, this. When x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 3, we get this. And when x is equal to 1, y is 0, x is equal to 1, y is 1, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3. Similarly, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 0, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, y is also 2, x is equal to 3, y is 3. See these values, so we doesn't even know the value of k still, so we are giving the joint distribution values j11, j12, j13 and all in terms of k itself. But we know that the entire column value, this sum of these values should be equal to 1. At the same time, sum of these values also should be equal to 1. So in this place I am supposed to have the value as 1. So instead of that we have 42k. So we can take that 42k is equal to 1, and with that k is equal to 1 by 42, which we can get the value. So that is a value of k is equal to 1 by 42. This value of k is equal to 1 by 42 can be substituted in this entire table. We get the joint distribution. So that is what that we have to do, and we will be doing that in the next stages. So now the sub question 2 was we have to find the marginal distributions which have been given by, so with the value of k. So if I add these elements rows, we get 6k, this is 14k, this is 22k. Substitute the value of k and these are the joint marginal distributions of x, but k is equal to 1 by 2. And these values gives us the marginal distribution of y with k is equal to 1 by 2, which we can tabulate it like this. This is for marginal distribution of x and this is marginal distribution of y. Okay, so now let us go for the third sub question, which is C. Here it can be easily seen that f of xi into g of yj is not equal to jij. So take any one value of f of x1. So consider your f of x1, which is 1 by 7, and g of y1 is 1 by 7. So 1 by 7 into 1 by 7, it should be 1 by 49, where I have j11 value. If you can observe here in the earlier table, j11 here is 0. So 0 cannot be equal to 1 by 49. Hence, f of xi into g of yj is not equal to jij. Therefore, the random variables are dependent. This is what the question that has been asked, and we have done it. So now look at another question here, another problem. A fair coin is tossed thrice. The random variables x and y are defined as follows. X is equal to 0 or 1 according as head or tail occurs in the first toss. Y is the number of heads. So instead of giving the values for x and y, the conditions have been given, and we need to assign the values, real values for x1, x2 and so on with the conditions. So with these conditions, we need to determine the distributions of x and y. We need to determine the joint distribution of x and y, obtain the expectation of x or expectation of y and expectation of xy, and also find the standard deviation x and y. And D is compute the covariance and correlation of x and y. So in detail, the question has been asked, and we need to work out and get all these questions. And if you can observe, this is slightly different from all the 5 problems which we have solved earlier. So let us see how it can be solved in a better way. Okay, let us see how exactly we can go ahead to solve and get the solution for this problem. Okay, so solution here, the sample space S. We need to write down the sample space S, which must have a fair coin has been tossed 3 times, and we must record all the outcomes. And then the random variables x and y can be defined according to the given conditions. So now sample space is total number of outcomes. So when a coin has been tossed 3 times, there is a chance that we may get in all the tosses heads, in all the 3 tosses. And there is a chance that 2 head and 1 tail. Head, tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, and all the 3 are tails. So these are the possible outcomes. So in other way, you can also remember that when we toss a coin, there is 2 outcomes. One is head and the other one is tail. And the same coin has been tossed 3 times. So 2 to the power of 3 is the total number of outcomes. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So there will be 8 outcomes, and all the 8 outcomes have been tabulated here. So now let us define the random variable x and y. So if you can recall your question which has been given, it is given that x and y are defined as follows. X takes the value 0 or 1 according as head or tail occurs. Means x is equal to 0 when head occurs, x is equal to 1 when tail occurs, and y represents the number of heads in the outcome. So with this, so here you can observe, when head occurs, I must substitute the value as 0, that too in the first toss. So here you can see in the first toss head occurs, so value is 0. Here also in the first toss head occurs, so x takes the value 0. Here also in the first toss head occurs, so it is 0. Here it is head in the first toss, so it is 0. Whereas this outcome, even though we have heads, but in the first toss it is tail, so x takes the value 1. Here also 1, here also 1, and here also 1. Now y is number of heads in the outcome. So you can observe in this outcome there are 3 heads. So y is 3 here. In this outcome there are 2 heads. So y is equal to 2. Here also there are 2 heads. Here there is 1 head. Here there are 2 heads. Here there are 1 head, and no heads, that is 0 heads. So with this joint distribution, with this values of x and y and the sample space, let us try to answer to the sub questions. The first sub question was we have to find the joint distribution. So the probability distribution of x and y are being given as follows. So x takes the value, if you can observe all these values of x takes the value 0 and 1. So it is 0 and 1. And y takes the value, you can observe y starts 0, it has got a value 1, it has got 2 as well as it has got 3. So y values are 0, 1, 2, 3. So now P of x is equal to 0, probability of getting head in the first toss is, so there are 4 outcomes, there are totally 8 outcomes, out of which there are 4 favorable cases. Getting head in the first toss is a favorable case. So 4 outcomes which satisfies the condition. So probability of x happening to be in the first toss head is 1 by 2. Similarly, probability of x is equal to 1, which means probability of tail appearing in the first toss is, again there are 4 outcomes, such 4 outcomes are there. So it is 4 by, total number of outcomes is 8. So it is again 1 by 2. P of x is equal to 0 and P of x is equal to 1. Similarly, P of y is equal to 0 means probability of 0 heads appearing. So it is, there are how many outcomes are having 0 heads? It is only 1 outcome. So favorable case is 1. Total number of outcomes is 8. Probability of getting 1 head. There are 3 such outcomes. If you can observe here, there are 3 outcomes which has only 1 head. This is one outcome, this is another outcome, this is another outcome where there are only 1 head. So the 3 such outcomes and divided by total number of outcomes is 8. And P of y is equal to 2 means probability of getting 2 heads. So if you can observe the outcomes, there are 3 possibilities where we can get 3 heads. So 3 by 8 that is, and P of y is equal to 3 means probability of getting 3 heads is again 1, and which is 8 here. So with this we can write down the marginal probability distribution of x and y. So you can observe y values are 0, 1, 2 and 3, and the corresponding values, probability values, when y is 0 we have the probability value as 1 by 8. When y is equal to 1, probability value is 3 by 8. When y is equal to 2, probability value is 3 by 8. And when y is equal to 3, the probability value is 1 by 8. So we have found the marginal distribution of y. So now the joint distribution of x and y is found by computing Jij, means I need the joint distribution table, J11, J12, J13, all those values we require. So Jij is nothing but P of x is equal to xi and y is equal to yj. So x values are, there are only 2 values, x1 is 0 and x2 is 1. And we have, there are 4 values of y, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So J11 is nothing but probability of x1, x is equal to x1 and y is equal to y1. x1 value is 0 and y1 value is also 0. So J11, when you can look at the table where you have x1, P of x is equal to 0, it is half, and here it is 1 by 2. So I can also write down the probability distribution table for x, so which has got the probability distribution table if we want to write it. So here we can write, so we have xi and f of xi. So x takes the value 0 and 1, and the corresponding probability values are half and half. So now you can observe f of x1 is half and g of y1 is 1 by 8. So J11 is 0, it is probability of getting, okay, instead of multiplication you have to think in this way, probability of getting 1 for x and 1 for y, means there should be a head appearing in the first toss. Okay, there should be a tail appearing in the first toss. At the same time, there should be, number of heads should be 1. Okay, so that is J11. There is no such possible case happen. So that is impossible to happen. There should not be like getting x is equal to 1 means that getting x is equal to 1 means tail should appear. Getting x is equal to 0 means that the head should appear in the first toss. Okay, so head should appear in the first toss, but the number of heads should be 0. So it is a controversial statement. So J11 happens to be 0. Similarly, J12 will be P of x is equal to 0. This is x is equal to x1 and y is second value. So x1 value is 0 and y1 value is 1. Means number of heads, that is in the first toss there should be head appearing, and number of heads should be 1. If you think of all the possible outcomes which we have tabulated, there is one such possible case. In the first toss, there should be head appearing and number of heads should be 1. So there is one such outcome which satisfies the condition. Therefore, 1 by 8. Similarly, J13. Again, x is equal to x1. x1 here is 0. So, and y is equal to 2. It means that in the first toss, head should appear and there should be 2 heads in the outcome. So there are 2 such possible outcomes can be seen in the total number of outcomes. So which is 2 by 8 and this is 1 by 4. Similarly, getting one head, getting the head in the first toss and there should be 3 heads. There is one such possible case, so it is 1 by 8. And again, probability of getting a tail in the first toss and number of heads should be 0. That is, there is one possible outcome, 1 by 8. So J22 is x is equal to x2, x2 value is 1 and y is equal to y2, again y2 value is 1. So probability of getting a tail and number of heads should be 1. So there are 2 such possible outcomes, so it is 2 by 8. Similarly, J23 is 1 by 8 and J24 is 0. Since there is this again, in the first toss, the tail should appear and number of heads should be 3. So the coin has been tossed 3 times and there should be tail appearing in the first toss and number of heads should be 3. Again, it is impossible. So therefore, the outcome becomes 0. And these value can be written quickly by looking at the table S, X and Y, and the required joint probability distribution of X and Y is like this. So this is what is a joint distribution with the probability values. So then it has asked us to evaluate the expectation of X. So we know the formula for expectation of X, which is summation xi into f of xi. So mu is equal to, so there are, I takes the value 1 and 2. x1 f of x1 plus x2 into f of x2. Substituting the values and simplifying, we get this as half. Similarly, expectation of y is summation over j, yj into g of yj. So we know y takes, there are 4 values, j takes 4 values. So we have y1 into g of y1, y2 into g of y2, y3 into g of y3, y4 into g of y4. With these suitable values, mu y is going to be 3 by 2. And expectation of xy is summation over ij, xi, yj into j, ij. So expectation of xy with the suitable values for I is equal to, I takes the value 1 and 2, j takes the value 1, 2, 3 and 4. So with all that, we have, when we substituting the values and simplifying, we get this as half. And we need to evaluate sigma x and sigma y. So it can be done by evaluating of sigma x square and sigma y square first, and later we can get the value of sigma x and sigma y. So which is e of x square minus mu x square, and here e of y square minus mu y square. So we know the value of both, so we can substitute and simplify, and the value is going to be 1 by 4. Similarly, sigma y square is again by using this formula and substituting it, we get it as 3 by 4. So therefore, sigma x happens to be 1 by 2 and sigma y is root 3 by 2. And then covariance of x and y to be evaluated, which is e of xy minus mu x mu y. So covariance of xy is equal to e of xy we have evaluated, which is 1 by 2. Mu x into mu y substitution, we get it as 3 by 4. So covariance of x and y is equal to 1 by 4. And correlation, rho is equal to covariance of xy by sigma x sigma y, and substituting for covariance, which is 1 by 4, 2 minus 3, so this happens to be minus 1 by 4. So covariance is minus 1, covariance value is equal to minus 1 by 4. We are substituting that here, and sigma x is 1 by 2, sigma y is root 3 by 2. On simplifying, the correlation, we get it as minus 1 by root 3. So covariance is this and correlation is this. So this is how there are all different kinds of problems that we have solved, and that's it for in this session. Thank you.